The first question is just, not being from London, which has a really good music scene, does Manchester have the same music scene up there? Did you find it difficult to gain recognition as a band?
Well, I think Manchester's quite infamous for its music scene, like with Oasis and Joy Division and the Smiths and stuff. I think that whole, and the Stone Roses, etc. There's a big tradition in Manchester with that kind of sound, and I think it's slightly difficult to break away from it. But we've never been a Manchester band. We've never had this kind of, I don't know, like adherence to that past scene. So it's never really reflected on us. We've been quite ambiguous when it comes to that geographically. So we're not really from anywhere. We prefer to create our own little world. So Manchester, London, New York, Tokyo, we seem to be able to go anywhere and play huge shows. So it's amazing. And
when did you realise growing up that you wanted to be in a band?
I didn't necessarily realise I wanted to be in a band until we were a band, because we started a band at 13, and we did it because, I grew up just being in love with music, not necessarily any of the ideas that surround it, like being in a band because it's cool or being loved by people. I was just obsessed with music and the way that it works, and almost formulaically, and understanding things. And I just think that I was about 4 or 5, probably, when it was the only thing that I was really interested in. And then when I went to high school early on, we started playing because it was fun, and then we became a band.
And as you said there, that you were quite young when you started the band, so when you were growing up, who would you say was your musical influences, and did they influence the sound of the 1975?
Well, I was massively into Michael Jackson and stuff like that. Michael Jackson was kind of my hero when I was a kid. And yeah, I just loved all the records that my dad loved, really, and then all the records that those records informed. So kind of Motown and soul music, like Otis Redding and Wilson Pickett. And then growing up in the 90s, obviously I loved a lot of kind of 90s boy band stuff. I loved Boyz II Men and D'Angelo and loads of stuff like that. And then, when I got to like 12 or 13, I started to get into alternative music that was around, so kind of heavier bands like Glassjaw, and then, I don't know, I've had a long musical heritage, like anybody has, and been obsessed with it from a young age. So I think everything that I've been obsessed with is kind of bled slightly into 1975. That's why it's such a kind of, I don't know, cacophony of ideas.
And you mentioned a lot of different genres, but what I found listening to the 1975, it's hard to pigeonhole you into one genre. But how would you describe just the overall sound of your band?
No, I can't describe it. I can't really describe the sound.
Yeah.
Someone was trying to ring me then, that's why I paused so long.
Oh no, that's not even in terms of a genre, just your own personal view of the sound of your band.
Yeah, I know, it's something that's the thing something that I'm constantly trying to figure out. I think that now though, the irony is that, well, I don't even know if it is ironic, but we've become defined by being quite indefinable. That is kind of our thing,
Yeah.
That big kind of space in style and stuff like that is starting to become a thing. I don't think until we've made another record, we can actually, even I can make a decision of what we sound like. Because there's so much that goes through our EPs to our album, but obviously there's so much stuff that you can hear in it, from kind of 80s pop music to 90s R&B to loads of things.
Yeah, exactly. And you guys were together for a long time before you were signed, and you sort of cast into the spotlight. Was there ever a time that you just wanted to quit?
Every time that we wanted to quit, there's lots of times where we found it difficult because of kind of, I don't know, rejection, labels and stuff like that, and kind of just growing up and not knowing whether we'll be able to financially make it work for any longer. But apart from that, it was, we've been very, very lucky.
Yeah.
By the time we just got to our early 20s, people realised that we were a good band. It was the first time we put out a record. As soon as you put out an actual record, it went mental.
Yeah, was that your debut album, yeah?
Yeah, as well, the first EP.
Yeah.
We did four EPs. The first time we put the first EP out was the first piece of music we'd ever released. And it went straight to radio as well, so it was amazing.
Was there ever a moment that made you step back and realise, wow, my band has actually made it?
The past couple of nights, well, we played Manchester Academy, and we played Playing Room 3 nights at Manchester Academy, 3 nights at Brixton Academy. It's just insane. We walked on stage last night and we realised that we're becoming a big band. I mean, we realised that we were breaking through all year. Now we're on the other side of a breakthrough year, and we kind of stand here. There's quite an established band now.
Yeah, it's quite an achievement. And you also played Glastonbury and Reading festivals, both of which are really prestigious. And how did you feel to be part of them?
Oh, it's an amazing experience. Two of the best days of the year. Two of the best days of my life, really.
Yeah.
It was just, yeah, it was incredible. I mean, we played 2 shows at Brixton, and we played a show at, and we played shows at Reading Leeds. They were just amazing. Totally amazing.
And how did it feel to, you know, like walk on stage, and obviously you had your album out and everyone knew, you know, your hits. Like, how did it feel to have everyone singing back the songs?
Well, that's always a remarkable experience, you know?
Yeah.
Especially when it comes from somewhere so personal as it does for us. You know, we wrote those lyrics in my bedroom when nobody knew who we were. So
yeah.
It's mental for everyone to know them. But yeah, I think that's just one of the things that comes with it that's amazing. And that's a big thing for our band as well. There's a bit, you know, a lot of people go to the acts to dance, or there's this particular agenda that surrounds it. But with us, it seems to be everyone wants to sing it. Everyone sings.
Yeah. And then, I mean, you were talking about your album there being pretty personal, and to me it seems to encapsulate the idea of growing up really well. Do you ever get nervous putting your own experiences out there?
No, because when I wrote those lyrics, nobody knew who I was.
Yeah.
So I wasn't questioned with any of those. I wasn't exposed, so I didn't have to question myself, am I being too honest? Or, I mean, it's kind of funny, because it turned out that people think that I'm this kind of really wear my heart on my sleeve kind of guy.
Yeah.
But it's the other way around. The lyrics actually come from quite a, I don't know, insecure place.
Yeah. And then, I mean, your debut album, it went to #1 in the UK charts. Do you feel like this was a long time coming, and do you feel this is your chance to shine?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if I didn't, I'd probably not do it.
Yeah.
I think it's yeah, if we've ever had an opportunity, it's now, riding off the back of that.
And you were cast in the spotlight pretty quickly. I mean, you've been together for a number of years, but you just took off really quickly. Did you find it difficult to get used to the increased attention?
Yeah, I did. I'm doing better now.
Yeah.
I'm alright. But yeah, I just found I loved the involvement with the band, and I loved hearing people. I love people talking about the music and loving music and how they relate to it and all that comes with it. But I'm not very comfortable with, you know, people talking about us as people and me as a person and what I'm like and us becoming kind of, I don't know, slightly famous. It's just I'm not really that into it, to be honest with you. I grew up around it as well, and I know what it brings, and I can't really be asked with it.
Yeah.
I can't really be asked with it. Everyone's just judging me. I'm just making records. I'm just a 20-year-old guy. Why does everyone care so much what, like, I've got to say?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was getting upset about. But I'm alright now.
Yeah, that's good. And I mean, you talked about your EPs there a couple of minutes ago. How would you say that your sound has progressed from your first EP to your debut album?
Well, we wrote those EPs after we wrote the album.
Yeah.
So there you go, curveball. You tell me. No, I think it's a slightly more slightly more experimental in regards to that structure and those kind of things. And yeah, so it I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think that every song is different to the next one, so...
And oh, sorry. Oh no, that's okay. And then it's just the final question. I just want to know what your ultimate goal is for the band.
I mean, I can't have the list anymore, to be honest with you. Like, if you have a bucket list, and we've kind of checked it off this year.
Yeah.
But the thing, but like ridiculous things that you talk about, like support the Stones, play every festival that you want, have a #1 album, have every show you ever do be sold out. You know, there's not really many other things that we can wish for. I just want to see what comes next, you know, because it's all so insane and interesting.
Yeah, something to surprise you.
I don't need to wish for anything else. It's all incredible.
Exactly, and all the best for the future, because I mean, I'm a massive fan, so I just want to wish you all the best and hope things keep going the way you want it to.
Thanks, darling.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
No worries.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, bye.